Wait. All right, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode on the Fuentes Fitness Podcast. And today I'm going to be taking you guys through a presentation. I'm taking you guys through a presentation on why eating less may not be working for you. All right. And I really want to make this super simple to easy to understand so that way you guys can digest it, understand what you need to do on your fitness journey so that way you guys can see results, not just for the short term, but for the long run, forever. All right. I know you guys have kids as well. You got a family. So that way you can pass these positive and good habits to your family as well. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm Coach Joe. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So the first thing is, do calories and protein really matter? Now, this is the only thing that I talk about with my clients because it's the easiest way to approach it. All the other stuff is going to be way more complicated than it needs to be. And you want your fitness journey to be as approachable as possible. That's what we're looking for here. So some key points are a brief overview of the importance of diet and your fitness goals. Key focus is going to be calories and protein only. If anybody else tells you otherwise, they are selling you something that is just going to be more difficult for you to grasp and understand. You don't need to understand macros as a whole or all of this crazy stuff. All you need to do is understand calories and protein. I promise you that's it. That is how all of my clients and I see the results that we do. All right. And the third thing is going to be how you can understand these basics and transform your body forever. All right. If that's something you want to do, make sure you keep on tuning in, whether you're listening to this on the podcast while you're driving or whatever it is. Make sure you are safe, but actively listening because I promise you, I'm going to give you all the sauce today. All right. So the first thing is this one random word that just continues to be thrown around: calories. What is a calorie? Oh my God. It's so confusing because there's all these other online coaches talking about this one thing and it's a calorie. Well, a calorie is an energy, right? And our body needs energy to survive. Okay. Just like a car, you need to put gas inside of the car in order for it to run. It's the same idea. Food is fuel. That's how we need to see this. Food is fuel. Energy in versus energy out. Okay, so a calorie is an energy. Everything in our body is it requires energy to work. Right now, I'm burning energy, burning calories by moving my hands around, by just talking to you, just by sitting here, just by being alive and my heart pumping for me and pushing oxygen and blood through my whole body right now. Energy is being expended, meaning energy is being used just like a car uses gas to get from point A to point B. That energy that gas used is what we're talking about here. That's energy out. Energy in is when we eat food. Okay. I know you guys hear the word calorie deficit. You may be thinking, I'm in a calorie deficit, Joe, and it's just not working for me. I'm going to talk to you guys about that today. I'm going to make sure that it makes sense as well. Because sometimes you can be eating too little bit and it could be doing more damage than anything. Yes, if you eat too little, you will be doing more damage than anything. Consuming fewer calories than you burn leads to fat loss. I'm going to break this down with the visual for you guys. So if you're watching this on the podcast, listening to it on the podcast, you got a visual. This also is going to be on YouTube as well. If you're listening to this now on live stream, make sure you guys tune in to the Fuentes Fitness podcast or my YouTube channel, which is Coach Joe or Fuentes Fitness _. Okay, you guys are going to have a visual here. Calorie deficit for fat loss is consuming fewer calories than you burn, which is leading to fat loss. TDEE, total daily energy expenditure, which is going to include exercise, running errands, cleaning, eating food, organ functions, just doing anything, just by being alive. Like I mentioned, I'm burning calories right now just by sitting down. I burn calories when I go to the bathroom. I burn calories when I clean the kitchen. I burn calories when I'm making my food. I burn calories all the time. I'm using energy all the time. Calorie surplus is going to be for muscle gain. Consuming more calories than you burn supports muscle growth. And I promise you, I'm going to break these down. I'm just kind of telling you what I'm seeing here on the slide that I created. Learning to eat more leads to more water retention, more carbs stored, and minimal fat gain, which is all temporary. Okay. I promise you, I will break this down. Maintenance calories is when you find that middle ground where you don't really want to gain weight and you don't really want to lose weight. You kind of like where you're at. You lost 30 pounds, you're at 185, you like 185, you want to stay there, then that's maintenance. Here's a visual. All right, here's a visual. I'm gonna make sure this makes sense. I promise you. The basal metabolic rate is the minimum amount of calories or fuel your body needs to stay alive. There's a chart right here. This is the blue chart. Basal metabolic rate is 1,500 calories. This is the minimum amount of calories your body needs to be alive. If you consume any less calories, then all of your bodily functions are going to start to be affected, meaning that they're not going to operate as effective. You're going to start to get headaches. You're going to be grumpy. All of this crazy stuff is going to start to happen. Then it starts to ruin your metabolism. Okay, so basal metabolic rate is your metabolism. Okay, next, the orange graph right here in the middle is total daily energy expenditure. Okay, so 1,500 calories is just the minimum that you need to survive, to be alive, for your body to function. Now, 2,300 calories is up here, and these 2,300 calories are calories burned by doing your daily task. So this distance right here between the two, basal metabolic rate and total daily energy expenditure, this distance is how many calories you burn just by being alive. Just by being alive. By doing everyday tasks, by running your errands, by cleaning the house, by playing basketball, by going to hit the gym, by running around with your kids, by doing all of these things, that is how you are burning calories. This is all the calories you're using, all the fuel you're using every single day just to stay alive, just to do everyday activities. Okay, 1,500 is the minimum. Now you're burning all these extra calories by doing tasks, by doing this, by doing that, by doing this, by doing that. Okay, we'll put that number at 2,300 calories. So 1,500 is the bare minimum that you should be eating just to be alive, just to function, just to operate correctly. 2,300 calories is how many calories you burn by doing all of your every single day tasks. Now, TDEE, that is your every single day task. Okay, the next thing is eating above in a surplus. Okay, so eating above in a surplus is meaning that's when you're going to gain weight. Okay, so this distance between 1,500 and 2,300, if you eat between that 800 calorie difference, that right there is calorie deficit. Because as long as you are eating less than you are burning, then you are going to be losing weight and seeing results. But it's important to eat minimum the 1,500. And again, this varies for everybody. I'm just using this as an example right now. Minimum 1,500 just to operate correctly. From 1,500 all the way to 2,300 for the sake of this example, that 800 calorie difference, that 800 calories, if you eat within that, you are considered to be in a calorie deficit, which means you're going to lose body fat and change your physique for good. That is the difference for you to be in a calorie deficit versus being in a calorie surplus. If you are in a calorie surplus, that means you are eating above 2,300 calories. Now, if you're eating above 2,300 calories, this means that you're going to gain weight over an extended period of time. One day doesn't end your results. One day doesn't just make you lose everything. You need to understand that this happens over extended periods of time. If you eat bad over the weekend, you're not going to ruin the results that you had these past 2 months. If you've been consistent, if you've been working hard, if you've been working at it, and you don't continuously repeat the same patterns every single day, every single other day, you should be seeing results. If you're not seeing results, it's likely because you are eating less food. You are eating too little, below 1,500 calories, meaning it's below your metabolism. Your metabolism needs 1,500 calories just to operate well. And if you're eating below that, 1,400, 1,300, 1,200, 1,100, if you're eating below, that means that your metabolism is not operating effectively, which is why you are not seeing the results that you want, because you're eating less and less and less, thinking that this is the solution, when in reality, I've had many clients that I've worked with ask me, coach, I don't want to eat more. Why am I eating more if I want to lose weight? I've been eating 1,000 calories, 1,500 calories, 1,300 calories. Why am I not losing weight? It's because you are eating less than what your metabolism needs to operate effectively. Hopefully this is making sense. Hopefully this makes sense, because it is either you are eating too little or you're eating too much, which is why you're not in a calorie deficit. Okay, it can be one of two different things. That is as simple as that. One of those two things, whether you're going to see results or whether you're not going to see results. Okay, so the building block of muscle. This is why I like to teach my clients how to hit their calorie goal and hit the protein goal. Calories are going to determine whether you gain weight or lose weight, up or down, up or down, up or down. Muscle building is going to change your physique forever, and that comes from protein. The building block to change your physique forever is protein. You need to eat more protein in order to see the results that you want, because weight gain is going to happen from like eating less, losing water weight, eating more carbs, which are certain types of foods. Let's say you have like sweet bread in the morning with some coffee and some creamer. It's not necessarily the coffee or the creamer or the sweet bread that makes you gain weight. It's the types of food that you're eating that cause you to be in a calorie surplus. You're eating too much. And it's very easy to overeat all of these foods when you just think, oh, well, it's just one little sweet bread. That little sweet bread can be 300 or 400 calories on top of whatever sugar and calories that you're adding on top of your coffee, which are going to make it very difficult for you to lose weight if you're not keeping your protein in check. That's only if you don't keep your protein in check, because I guarantee you, I would bet on it, you are not eating nearly enough protein in order for you to change your physique forever. And I mean this as in forever, you guys. I literally just finished being sick for the past week, bedridden, couldn't do nothing, super sick with the COVID, if you know what I mean. I literally couldn't do anything. But it's not like all of my results are gone. It's because I've built muscle over the years, which is why it's so important for you to build muscle and not just focus on what the scale says. So building muscle, protein is going to help you build muscle, which is essential for muscle repair and hypertrophy. These are some like scientific words that you don't really need to understand, but I wanted to make sense for you. Like, you need to focus on building muscle. If you want to lose like 20, 30 pounds, you don't need to focus on just eating less. You might just need to eat more protein and pair it with the gym, and I promise you, your physique is going to change. I would bet on it, because protein is going to help you keep you more full. It's going to curb the cravings. And there's this cool thing that happens when you eat protein, because your body burns calories just by trying to break down the food, right? So let's say I'm eating a cookie, a brownie, and some steak, and I eat all of that and it goes down into my system. Now my body's burning calories by trying to make the cookies, the brownies, and the steak into its most monomer and subunit, like the smallest form possible, so my body can break it down and digest it. That takes work. That's like using that car example, using your car and driving from point A to point B. You need gas to get there. So my body's using some of the gas, some of that energy, just to break down the food. Cool thing about protein is it increases the thermic effect, which means it's going to increase more calories, more fuel to help you break down the food, which means you burn more calories. Isn't that freaking awesome? So now when you change your diet and you focus on eating more protein, you're literally burning more calories just because you're eating more protein. How freaking cool. Then you go into the gym and you focus on building some muscle, and then now you're changing your physique forever, because when you have more lean muscle tissue means that you need more blood flow, more oxygen, more nutrients sent to the muscle, which means more calories, more fuel is being burned, more fuel is being used. This is why you need to focus on your calories and your protein. This is the only thing that matters. Carbs and fats, like, they don't make you fat. What does It's calories. Protein, carbs, and fats, they all have calories. And I have a picture here of branched chain amino acids. This is a supplement that branched chain amino acids make up protein. Okay, they make up protein. So as an example, I'll use this water as an example. There's plastic, the bottle cap is plastic, and the bottle itself is plastic. They're both plastic, but they make the water bottle. Without the bottle cap, there's no bottle. It's just kind of like, well, how do I even use this? What if I spill over it? What if it spills over and the water comes out? Then it's useless. So without the water, the cap, this is useless. Without the plastic on the side of the bottle being closed, if there's holes at the bottom, it's useless. So this, because it's same plastic, this is what I want you to imagine when you have protein. Branched chain amino acids, they make protein. So this part of the bottle is a branched chain amino acid. This part of the bottle is a branched chain amino acid. They come together, they link up together, and they make one protein. So this supplement isn't necessarily required for you to get more protein in, but it could help with recovery. So I wanted to briefly touch on that there. So balancing your calories and protein for success. So you need to prioritize protein. You have to. 30 grams of protein for breakfast can come from a protein shake, or it can come from 4 or 5 eggs, your choice. But you want to get to a certain amount of protein every single day to help you burn more calories and build muscle when you go into the gym and you work hard and you do what you need to do. And you need to adjust your calories based on your goals. Calorie surplus is going to be for bulking, and a deficit is going to be for cutting, but protein is key regardless. You need to focus on hitting your protein goal regardless. And as I always like to say with my clients, you guys, what gets tracked gets measured. And it really is as simple as this. On the left right here, I have a screenshot of 3,300 calories, 190 grams of protein. And this is a screenshot from the fitness app that I'm using, because what we track gets measured. We track our calories and protein. I don't lie, or I don't sugarcoat, or I don't gatekeep anything with you guys. That is all we track, calories and protein. So this is a screenshot of calories and protein, excuse me, of me hitting my gold bars for the day, of my protein and my calories. On the top right, you're going to see when I hit my protein, but I don't hit my calories. Okay. And then that means that I ate enough protein to hit my protein goal. And if I have 900 calories remaining, 913 calories remaining, those 913 calories can be filled with Oreo cookies if I want. It can be filled with brownies. It can be filled with chocolate chips. It can be filled with your favorite ice cream or some calamari, like whatever it is that you want. It's free game. As long as you eat 913 calories worth and not 3,000 calories worth, you are going to be on track for hitting your gold bars, which is what we focus on, calories and protein. Everything else is free game. On the bottom right, as an example, I have when you almost hit your calorie goal, when you get the gold bar for your calories, but you don't get it for your protein. That means, as you guys can see here, I hit my calorie goal, but I did not hit my protein goal. I still have 92 grams of protein left. That means I didn't prioritize protein enough, because I filled up my gas tank with all the calories and I didn't hit my protein goal. So I need to prioritize protein better, and then I can have everything free game. Hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully this was insightful. I just wanted to make sure that I broke this down into detail so you can understand why eating less isn't necessarily helping you get to where you want to go. You may just be eating below your basal metabolic rate, which is doing more damage, or you may just not have understood what it really meant to be in a calorie deficit, and it could be you eating more than what you need to be eating every single day. And one little gem for you guys, if you really want to know your numbers, just go to caloriecalculator.net on Google, and you will be able to find those specific numbers for you, because the numbers I gave you today were just a general example. It's the same idea, but everyone's numbers are different. It's an example of what it should be like for you to follow your calorie, your protein goal, and how you can see the results that you're looking for, so you can be in a calorie deficit and change your physique forever. All right, so let me know if you have any questions about this. I will be sure to break it down in even more detail. Let me know your biggest takeaways. I always want to hear from you. You can reach out to me on Instagram, Joseph Fuentes, the online fitness coach for sports parents, or on YouTube, Coach Joe Fuentes Fitness _, or you can just catch me here on the podcast, and you can go ahead and drop your biggest takeaways down in the comments below. All right, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace.